And let's continue our portfolio website, and it's the part 3 of the day 3 of our ultimate web development challenge. So we did till here. Now what I will do is say dot form box, then form, and then h3. And with this I will also say that the things I am saying here, do them with the dot info and inside the h3 also. And what I'm going to say is change the color to white triple S, which is hashtag triple F. Then the font size to 20 pixels, and then the font weight to 500, and finally Marobi, which is margin bottom of 10 pixels. And if I reload this, it's nothing happening because we have not made any form element in the HTML. So now after doing this, what I will do is say that dot form box, and inside that there is a form, and then there is an input, and do all the things also with the dot form box form, and then there is a text area, and we will add some simple step. First we start with the margin bottom of 20 pixels, then we will add padding of 15 pixels. After padding, let's add font size of 16 pixels. Then the background is transparent. Now I will also say border none, outline none, and then I will also change the background. So the background I will change to is, let's say, hashtag 222, and I will change their color to white, so hashtag F, and I will also change the resize to none because there is that text area. So that text area, that lines come with it, which did not look nice. That's why we have done this. So now after doing this, what we will do is style the text area. So let's copy this only, go to the last, paste this, and I will simply say min height of 200 pixels, and after this only a little bit is left. So let's say that there is dot form box, then inside there is form, then there is an input, and I will say that there is an input with the type of submit, and only do the following properties to this one. And what the properties should be, first let's start with max width, and it should be 100 pixels. And then I will change the background to this color code, which will be later, which is hashtag 2.96 f3. And then I will also change the cursor to pointer. So now let me do this cursor to pointer, then text transform uppercase, and letter spacing of 2 pixels. And now after this, what I will do is style that dot contact info. So I will say dot contact info and change its min width to 40%. Then inside dot contact info there is dot contact info box. So dot contact info box, and inside that there is a dot box. In that box, change the position to relative, add padding of 20 pixels from top and bottom, and 0 from left and right and change its display to a flex block, so display flex. Then after this, what I will do is do some little bit of styling is only left, and then we will start with the ultimate media queries. So let's copy this, copy this and paste it here. And here what I will say is I should also add dot icon, and now I will say that change the min width to 40 pixels. Then I will add padding from the top of 4 pixels, and then I also want to change its color to white so it's visible properly. So I will say color to hashtag triple F. Then I will change its display to flex, and I will also say justify content center and align item flex start. So justify content center and align items of flex start. And finally, what I will do is say that change the font size. Yes, change their font size to 24 pixels. And now after doing this, what I will do is say let me copy this, and inside this dot text, oh yes, dot text, and in dot text change its display to flex, add margin left of 20 pixels, margin left of 20 pixels, change the font size to 16 pixels, change the color to hashtag triple F, change the flex direction column, change the font weight to 300, and now we have done almost everything. Only now we style the H3 inside that. So let me copy this, then the H3, and I will change font weight 500, their color to this color code which we used, and I will add margin bottom of 0. And now finally I will start the last one, which is dot copyright. So I will say dot copyright, and inside this I will add very basic stylings. Let's start with background to hashtag triple zero, color hashtag triple F, do text align of center, and padding of 10 pixels. And after doing this, what I will do is add a comment, and the comment will say media queries, and it's a very good practice that we always add comments. So let's say media queries. And now after doing media queries, let's meet in the HTML file and make the copyright and contact. So we are now there in the HTML, and let's start with writing the comment below the section, and it will say contact. And then after the contact one, what I will do is make a section, give it the class of contact and ID of contact. And now after doing this, I will make a div with the class of heading white. So div with the class of heading and another class white. Then the H2 will say contact us, and after that there will be a P, and the P will say dummy text lorem 10. After this, come out of the heading and make a div with a class of content. Inside content div with a class of contact info. Inside that h3 and then contact info. Then we will stay inside this div and make a div with a class of contact info box. So let's say contact info box. So instead of box we are using bx. All in the full tutorial almost we will use this only. And then inside this contact info box, now I will make a div with a class of box, and then div with a class of icon, and inside this icon I will make a I class with the far map marker. So in the starting, if I go, you can see I have linked the CDNs and all. This you can see bootstrap CDN and for font awesome, and then I can make, so it will help us in making the icons. So let's make I with the class of far, which is always there, then far map marker, and after doing this we will make a div with a class of text. So let's say div with the class of text. It will say h3 address p and some, and I will say 13L model town, and then I will add a BR, and then it will say Rohtak, Haryana, and now after Haryana again add a BR, and now it will say 124W1. And now after we have done this, what we will do is select this box and we will make two duplicates of it. So I will select div.box. I will make two duplicates of it, and in the second one which says fa marker, change it to fa phone, and inside this icon, oh let me do Control Z, and what I will do is I will change it in Fafa phone. I will change it to phone, and here I will add a phone number. So here I will say 520-521/5-522, and now let me show you how is it looking. So you can see it's like this. Let me reload this, and you can see the contact info is coming properly. Now we have to just change the text and then add the input fields and all. Now in the last one we will say is change to email, and here I will say no reply @gmail.com, and after that what I will do is come out of all the sections except the div class content. Yes, so I will stay inside the div class content which is here, and I will come out of the contact info. So let's go here, now fine, and make a div with a class of form box. Inside this I will add the basic form tag, and let me remove action because it's just a tutorial, so this will be not a working form. st will say message me, and then after this let's say make a input. Yes, we will make a input type text, then I will add placeholder of full name, and as somebody do not submits it blank, I will change it to required. Then I will again make an input field. So I will make a duplicate of this. I will change this to email, type to email. And after this I will make a text area, and I will delete everything inside, all the attributes, and only add one attribute, and the attribute will say is placeholder and it will say your message. After this I will make an input type of submit is value of send, and let me reload this and go to the last, and you can see we have completed our contact section also, and the last section which we are going to make is the copyright section. And we will not make actually a section, we will only make a div with the class of copyright in the paragraph type and type the copyright one. So let's go here, let's say copyright. Now I will make a div with the class of copyright, and here what I will do is say add a p tag and say copyright, and I will add that symbol. So this is, where is the symbol? Yes, so this is the symbol. So it's option and G. If you are on Windows, you can press Alt and G to type the symbol. Then I will say 2020 Locatek, and then I will add a full stop and say all right reserved. And now after doing this, we have finally completed our full website, and only thing left is to add media queries to make it responsive. As you can see on phone, it will look like this, and which is not looking nice at all. And we have already added javascript, so we will not have to do this again. So let's do it. First let me minimize this and minimize this. I will add it here, tilt this window to the left, to the right, make some space here. I will go to the styles dot css. I've added media queries and in the css. Now we will add a, mostly we will only add of 991 pixels only, and a little bit of others. So first let's start with an media. Then the property I will say is if it has a max width 991 pixels. And now what I am saying is if this website is displayed on any device which has a maximum width of 991 pixels, and then implement the following. So let's start with header, and header not sticky. I will say padding of 20 pixels and 50 pixels. So let's go to the top, so that first we are adding the top, styling the top, so we will be able to see. Then I will also add z index of 1000. Let me do it like this. Now after adding z index of 1000, what I will do is style the menu, which is the class that I gave to the UL. So let's say that in the dot menu, change its position to fixed, top to 75 pixels, left to minus 100%, then change their display to block and say adding of 100 pixels and 50 pixels, then add a text line of that, then add width of 100% and then add height of 100 wide. After that, add background of hashtag triple F, and after that add transition add transition of 0.5 seconds, and then we will also add z index, and the z index will be of 999, and then after that I will add border from the top only, and the border top will be 1 pixel solid RGBA, and then 000 and 0.2, and so it's looking like this. Now I will say dot menu dot active. When it has a class of active, then change the top to 0, and if I save it to it's looking like this. Now after adding this, we should style the anchor tags. Yes, styling the anchor tags I think will be better. So let's say header ULLI anchor tag yes, and I will simply change their color to 111 hashtag 111, and then I will change their font size. Yes, font size to 24 pixels, and I will change their margin to 10 pixels. And now after doing this, I will say that dot toggle. I will target a dot toggle which I made before. So the toggle that I made was in the div. So I will do with the background image. So I will say in the dot toggle, change its width to 40 pixel, height to 40 pixel, and in the background add a URL, and this will be the image which will be inside images menu.png. So you can see this is the image. Now I will say background position center, background repeat, no repeat, then I will change the background size to 30 pixels, and I will change the cursor to pointer, and if I save, then it's looking like this, and you can see this also comes. And now what I will do is here in the toggle I will say dot toggle dot active. When it has a class of active, then change the background URL to inside images there is one close.png. So when I will click on this, it will change like this. So that's why I added this, and then I will add these properties, position center, and I will change it to 25 pixels. Then I will also change the cursor to pointer, and then I only a little bit styling is left. So I will say that inside header, when it has a class of sticky with it, then what I have to do is, then inside that there is dot toggle, and in that dot toggle add filter of invert and invert 1, and then after this I will also say inside all the sections, add padding of 150 pixels, and then now I will say dot banner, and I will again add padding, and this time it will be of 150 pixel, 50 pixel, and 100 pixels, so it's looking better. Now I will say inside dot banner there is h2, change its font size to 1.5 m. Then I will say dot banner, and there is that h3, change its font size to 1 m. And then I will say that in dot btn add margin from the top of 10 pixel, add padding of 10 pixels and 20 pixels, and change the font, change the font size to 16 pixels. Yes, so you can see it has become smaller. And then this is the menu that we made, and we have to style them. So now after styling the btn, I will style the heading which I have used in every class. So I will say that in dot heading always there is a h2, and in all the h2s change the font size to 24 pixels. And then after that I will say that in dot content box there is a h3 always. Inside that there change the font size of all of them to 20 pixels. And now after that I will style the content, and I will simply using one thing, change the flex direction to column. Before it was row, now it has changed to column. So you can see with all of them are now looking like this. So now after styling the content, what I will do is style the dot w50, and inside this I will add margin from the bottom, and margin bottom of 20 pixels will be fine. Then I will say dot services dot content and dot services box. In all of them add margin of 10 pixels. After that I will say dot work dot content and dot service box. Change the width to 100% and add a padding of 10 pixels from all sides. So here we are showing the dot work one. Now after styling the word content service box, or let me, sorry, I should change it to word box. Yes, now it's also fine. Now I will be styling the testimonial, and I will say dot testimonial dot content dot testimonial box. Change the max width to calc, and the calc will say 100% minus 20 pixels, and I will change the padding to 40 pixels and 20 pixels. Then I will change the margin to 10 pixels, and I will change the background to this color code which I use always. Now after doing this I will say dot testimonial dot content dot testimonial box, and there is a h3, add margin from the top of 20 pixels, and now I will say dot contact info, change the margin 20 pixels and 0. And now after this our website is almost fully completed, and the only thing we have to do is add the last media query, which is will be of max width of 600 pixels. So let's say media, then the property will be max width of 600 pixels, and inside this I will simply say header, and header when it has a class of sticky, and I will say then when it is there, add padding of 20 pixels and 20 pixels, and then dot banner. Here also I will add padding of 150 pixels, 20 pixels and 100 pixels. And finally last thing we have to do is in all the sections simply add the padding of 100 pixels and 20 pixels. And finally we have completed the full website, this portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and we use a very little JavaScript. So let's see the design that we made today. So yes, so it's like this. Hello, I'm Slok and I'm a front-end web developer. And if I scroll little bit down, it changes to white. Then about me, services, our latest work, testimonial, contact, and all of them will require. With this smooth scroll effect also it is there, and it is fully responsive with this one like this. And if I click on about, and in this here also na, we should add that on click event on all of them. So come here, copy this, then I will be using a multi-cursor functionality that VS Code has. After doing this, reload this, and now what happens if I click on services, then it will close also. So finally we have completed our fully responsive portfolio website. If you like this website design, then make sure to subscribe our channel for more, and like our video, and share with your friends who are developers, which will help them. So thanks for watching.